Good morning. We're going to have a wonderful day of teaching and learning. Let's get started with our morning announcement. Make it a great day.
Good morning, Scenic Hills Elementary students and staff. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Bobcat affirmation. Bobcat information. Bobcats are powerful. I think positively. I take ownership for my actions. I make wise choices. I'm excited about new learning. I will reach my goals. I forget others and myself. I understand the differences. I'm a leader. I'm a Bobcat. You may be seated for a moment of silence.
Now, every day, all of the Bobcats within our Scenic Hills School should strive to display our foundational values. In order to do this, you must think about the 3R approach, which is to be respectful, be responsible, and to always be ready to learn. Bobcat Scholars, today we are going to talk about the 3R approach for field trips, or whenever you are riding a bus. For some of us, this will be the very first time that we get on one of our yellow school buses. And so I want to talk to you about what it looks like to be ready. To be ready when you are getting ready to get on a bus, and when you're on a bus, you must remember that you stand in a line. One person enters the bus at a time, and when you get on the bus, once you get in your seat, you don't get up until you get to our destination. So never stand up while the bus is moving, because if the bus driver has to stop suddenly, you could get hurt. So we want to stay in our seats at all times. To be responsible on the bus, we want to make sure it is graffiti free. So that means that if you drop something, you pick it up. We don't write on the seats, the back of the seats, the bottom of the seats, none of those things. We like to keep everything very clean. And you're paying attention because you're watching to see when we get to our destination, so that you will be able to hear the instructions for getting off of the bus. And lastly, and most importantly, you must be respectful by following the directions of the bus driver and any other adult who is on the bus. So you might be asking yourself, in order to do all of these things, what zone should we be using to speak in? When you are on a bus, you should always be on Bobcat Zone 1. Bobcat Zone 1. Do you remember what Bobcat Zone 1 is? Let's take a look at our voice level chart. Of course, we know that Bobcat Zone 0 is when we are completely silent and we are not talking at all. So whenever you hear an adult say Bobcat Zone 0, which you often hear the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of lunch, we are almost always on Bobcat Zone 0 so that we can get everything in order and be ready to leave. Bobcat Zone 1 is a whisper voice. That's partner talk. So when you are talking to the person that's sitting next to you, no one else should be able to hear your conversation. That is your whisper voice or your partner talk. Now this is different from Bobcat Zone 2, which of course is your normal talk. Like this is Miss White's normal voice. But if I was going to use my whisper voice, I would be kind of quiet so that nobody could hear me. Only the person that is right beside me would be able to hear me if I was using my whisper voice. And of course, our third zone, of course, is Bobcat Zone 3. That's our play voice. That's your recess voice. So remember, we have our recess voice, we have our normal voice, we have our whisper voice, and then we have our silent voice. On the bus, we're using our whisper voice, our partner talk, so that you will be able to hear your teacher without them having to raise their voice. All right, scholars, we are just 2 days away from our next Bobcat Bonanza, our good behavior incentive, our school-wide field trip. I'm so excited. I hope that you enjoyed listening to Junie B. Jones, our first chapter book this school year. I can't wait for us to go and watch the musical and then to go to the restaurant to have some food. I want to once again thank you for following the 3R approach. We have had 2 school-wide programs over the last week, and you have been doing a phenomenal job. Keep it up. 2 more days. In our school-wide events and activities, scholars, we are in week number 4 of our Memphis Hustle Reading Club. 2. Be on track to win our prizes. You should have 240 minutes logged if you are in grades pre-K through 2, or 330 minutes logged if you are in grades 3, 4, and 5. Teachers, please do a check to see if scholars have been logging in their Memphis Hustle Reading Club log. Of course, we can always give our scholars an extra 100 for participating in this school-wide initiative. Scholars, happening today, we are having our Data and Dine. That is our Data and Dine. Will you be bringing your parents to school at 4:30 today so that we can have a little snack and talk about how you are doing at school? Now, scholars, remember, if your parents attend tonight's event, you may come out of uniform on tomorrow. Teachers and scholars, I want to thank you for participating in our pre-K through 5 community project. Remember, this project is for every class to create a tile to be displayed on the ceiling of our cafeteria. We want to thank our plant manager, Mr. Smith, for creating this project for us to participate in. Remember that once we get all of the winning tiles, they will be judged, and the class Who receives the most votes for their tile will receive a pizza party. Will your class be receiving a pizza party? I would love to be eating pizza. Make sure that you are doing your best work as your class completes these tiles. Next up in our school-wide events and activities, scholars, today is Progress Report Day. Today, you will receive your second 9 weeks progress report. Now, it's a progress report, not a report card. A progress report means that we're at the midway point of this 9-week period, and what it does is it tells you and your parents what you need to maintain in, what you might need to work a little harder in so you can improve your grades. Because we have 4.5 weeks left in this 9-week period. The second 9-week period ends the day we leave for winter break. When we get out before the Christmas, there's Hanukkah, there are all kinds of holidays in December that we get out of school for. And so you have until we get out for the winter break 4.5 more weeks to maintain or improve your grades. Now, scholars, on next week, we will have our next break. This break will be in honor of the Thanksgiving holiday. You will be out of school for the entire week, 1 full week. So scholars, let's make sure that we dig in, we courageously concentrate because we have 3 more days in this week to build our brilliance so that we can take our much needed break on next week. And lastly, in our school-wide events and activities, grade 5 will have their next session with Clean Memphis today. 502 session will begin at 8:30 and 501 session will begin at 9:20. I can't wait to see which activity you will participate in today. Our students in the spotlight. Today we are spotlighting our pre-K scholars, specifically our pre-K scholars in Ms. Barrow's class. These scholars were caught building their brilliance as they were learning about ordinal numbers. Today we have some Bobcat Scholars and maybe one of our Bobcat staff who are celebrating their birthdays. Today we want to wish a very special birthday wish to Kaylee Little. Happy birthday, Kaylee. We're so excited that you have come to school today to share a piece of your special day with us. We hope that this day brings you everything that makes you smile. Now, in addition to Kaylee celebrating a birthday, Miss Devers, one of our pre-K assistants, is also celebrating her birthday. Miss Devers, we are super excited to have you with us at the Hill so that we can all wish you a very special birthday wish. Now, scholars, if you are in the room with Kaylee or Miss Devers, or you see them in the hallway during lunch at dismissal, even when their class is going to support class, we want you to turn. Let's do it together. Let's turn, point to them, and say, Happy birthday! In our picture day spotlight, Today we are spotlighting Miss Ford's class. Don't they look wonderful? Now, scholars, don't forget, we are still doing our Picture Day spotlights, and if you were at school, then you you just might see yourself on the screen soon in our Picture Day spotlight.
3GC Literacy Pledge. I promise to read each day and each night. I know it's the key to grow up right. I read to myself, I read to the crowd. It makes no difference if silent or loud. I read at my desk, at home, and at school, on a beanbag or bed, by a fire or pool. Each book that I read puts smarts in my head, because rain can grow more thoughts, the more they are fed. Come rain or come shine, snow, wind, or sleet, each day of the week, reading's a treat. So I take this pledge to make reading my way, and feeding my brain what it needs every day. By Deborah Angustein.
In today's classroom spotlight, we are shining a light on some of our grade 3 scholars, specifically our scholars in Mr. Moore's class. These scholars were caught being respectful, responsible, and ready as their class not only discussed data, but each of these grade 3 scholars created their very own data folder so that they can track their own progress, see how they are doing, set a goal to become a rising star, a double-digit scholar, or a brilliant Bobcat when they take the next Mastery Connect assessment, which we will take after the Thanksgiving break. Have you discussed your data with your teacher and set a goal? If not, those discussions will take place soon. All right, scholars, it is time for our hard facts. Now, we are going to mix it up today. We have been doing multiplication facts, but today you must be ready. Today, we will be doing addition, subtraction, and multiplication facts. So make sure you are paying close attention. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, scholars, are you ready? Just a reminder that you have 3 seconds and 3 seconds only to answer these addition, subtraction, and multiplication facts. Pay close attention. Let's go. 3 plus 34. 77. Now, scholars, remember, we are looking for patterns to help us to solve our problems faster. If you take a look at these two numbers that we are adding, you will notice, did you notice the pattern? Both numbers, that's right, both numbers are the same. We have a 4 and a 3, and then we have a 3 and a 4. In our ones column, we are adding 3 plus 4, and in our tens column, we are adding 4 plus 3. Those are the same numbers. So if you know what 3 plus 4 is, you know what 4 plus 3 is. They are the exact same answer. So you could quickly add that up and know that the answer was 77. 7. 56. Have you been studying your 8 multiplication facts? I hope so, because we will continue to spotlight the 8s for the rest of this week. So, during dismissal this afternoon, that would be a great time for you to review your 8 multiplication facts. 88 minus 9. 79. Let's check my work using the count back strategy. Remember, you put the big number in your head and then you count backwards 9 places. Let's do it together. Ready, go. 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, 79. Oh, yes. Give yourself a hand clap of praise if you got that one correct. Thank you for helping me to check my work. 62 minus 9. 71. Is that correct, boys and girls? Let's use our countback strategy just to check my work, because remember, we are looking for any mistake that I might make in my calculations. So let's put that big number in our head. That is 62. And we are to count backwards because we are subtracting, so we're counting backwards 9 places. And let's do it together. Ready? Let's go. 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53. Uh-oh. That was 53. I have 71. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, I really have to pay attention to our symbols. That is a subtraction symbol. That means the number gets smaller. But instead, my number got larger. You know what that means? I accidentally added. But that's okay, because you have helped me to check my work. And we know that the answer is 53. And that is why we always want to use one of our math strategies to check our work. 450 plus 801. 1,251. Remember, when you have large numbers, you just add them one column at a time. So in our ones column, we have 0 plus 1, which is 1. In our tens column, we have 5 plus 0, which is 5. And in our hundreds column, we have 4 plus 8, which is 12. We put our 2 in our hundreds column, and then we carry our 1 over to the thousands place. What's happening today? Today is Education Support Professionals Day. Now, scholars, we have lots of education support professionals inside of our building. These are our people who work inside of the classrooms to make sure that you are building your brilliance. They help the teachers, they help you, they help me, they sometimes help the parents when they come in the building. These are our wonderful support staff. And we just want to make sure that they know how much we appreciate them and just how special they are. So scholars, when you see these people in the building, make sure that you tell them Happy ESP Day and say thank you for helping me to build my brilliance. So, who are we thanking today? We should be thanking Miss Odell, Miss Monroe, Miss Moore, Miss Donaldson Greer, Coach Taylor, Mr. Broadway, Miss Levy, Miss C. Williams, Miss Walker, Mrs. Devers, Miss Malone, and Miss Lewis. These are our education support professionals within the building. We don't know what we would do without them. Each and every day, they are working hard to make sure that we build brilliant Bobcats. Make sure that you thank them. You might even want to create a card or something for them, because we appreciate each of our ESPs throughout the building. Today's Read Aloud is entitled The Very Last Leaf. Scholars, have you ever been afraid to do something because you didn't know how it was going to turn out? Well, in our book today, the main character, Lance, has to overcome his fear of falling. What do you think will happen in our story, The Very Last Leaf? Teachers, this story is 7 minutes and 16 seconds long. I'm asking that you carve out about 8 minutes so that scholars can listen to today's Read Aloud. Remember, every day we're building brilliant Bobcats because we are raising the bar by believing in ourselves, achieving our goals, and reimagining our future.
Together we must believe. Together we will achieve. Together we will imagine 901. How for taught today or teacher learning.